while college degree still is a ticket to the middle class, that ticket's becoming much too expensive.
President Biden, not the first person to say that. The cost of going to college feels like a cost too many cannot pay. And while the president is out on the campaign trail again this week promising student debt relief for millions of people, remember this is an election year. A lot of families are also wondering how they're going to pay right now because of all of those issues that seem to come up daily with FAFSA. And wondering, those parents, what are my options if that money doesn't actually come through? So Gordon has been following this for months. He's here to go over what we know and what we don't yet when it comes to college and the Fed's role when it comes to paying for it.
Yeah, some good news is we are making progress on the financial aid front. After all the glitches and problems, experts say we are in the home stretch, but it's not over yet. How frustrating has this whole thing been for everyone involved?
Yeah, I mean, it's been extremely frustrating. There's just been so many glitches and errors.
Amanda Justin says students and parents are dealing with a lot of stress these days. She works with Achieve Twin Cities, a nonprofit that helps high school students in Minneapolis and St. Paul Public Schools prepare for college.
There's already just a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress that goes into senior year. And so it's just like 10 times more this year.
College readiness experts say the good news is a lot of the glitches filling out the FAFSA form have been fixed, so most students and parents can get in and fill everything out. Justin says many colleges and universities are now receiving those filled out forms. But according to the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators, about 40% of the forms have errors that need to be fixed.
They're just scrambling right now to catch up and to start at least making financial aid offers for that 60% of students they can. And they're waiting to hear more from the Department of Education about when they can go ahead and make the rest of those financial aid offers to students, because they know students have been waiting a long time.
Senior policy analyst Jill Dejan says students who fall into the 60% group could receive financial aid offers as early as this week or later this month. The remaining 40% will have to wait until their form is fixed.
We're hoping that the corrections process will open very soon, within hopefully this week.
But Dejan says the correction process could take a few weeks, so many students may not receive a financial aid offer until after the May 1st deadline, when most schools want a final decision from students. Dejan says many schools have extended that deadline to help students out. Meanwhile, President Biden has announced a new plan to help students who already graduated pay off their debt.
Going after those people who have had debt for decades, whose debt has continued to grow and grow and grow despite making payments on it.
The Biden administration says their new plan will provide debt relief to more than 30 million borrowers. Dejan says this plan is different than the administration's previous plan that was rejected by the Supreme Court last year. It uses a different law and it's more focused on a smaller group of borrowers.
I think it's reasonable to be hopeful, but I think it's also realistic to expect that something could pop up.
So a lot of uncertainty in higher education right now, but advisors are hoping very soon incoming students and borrowers will have the answers they're looking for.
We're all, I think, in this together, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's where we're at.
Now, when it comes to this new student debt forgiveness plan, the Education Department will release their full proposal later this spring. That's when we will learn more about how this all works and who might qualify. Experts say if this plan is approved, it will not take effect until July of next year if it follows the typical path that these plans typically follow. And we could see some legal challenges before then. So it's far from a done deal at this point.
Yeah, which makes sense for the Biden campaign to put it out there now. There's an election in November, so who's to say it exists past them if Biden isn't the president? There's a lot of what ifs in all these scenarios.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it's been. It's a lot of been what ifs, and am I going to get some debt relief? A lot of people wondering. At this point, experts are saying, don't hold your breath, be cautiously optimistic, and just kind of follow the news and figure out what's going on with all of it.
That should be your campaign slogan, Gordon, cautiously optimistic. Thanks so much.